Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here, once again bringing you another PlayStation 4 video of basically my updated Hollow Palm character. Now, since my last video, I have made a couple of changes. I haven't really had too much time to play. As you know, yesterday was Mother's Day, so I end up spending a lot of time with my wife. And as such, there is a kind of a gap in what I could accomplish. I managed to play a little bit towards the end, and basically this is going to be an update of what I did. So since the last video, I have stopped farming low tier maps and have started doing my push. I have already finished my first Conqueror, who was a decent fight, and I have begun the push towards yellow maps. Now I basically am just going to be doing map completion and trying to get as many Xana missions as possible, and then every time I get a Xana mission, I just buy out her shop. And I buy it out because I don't necessarily want to be stuck on having 0 maps. So if I end up running all the maps that I can run, I want to be able to run lower ones so I can get maybe another Xana mission and try and progress my atlas. So we have dropped down to a 5 link. We are now using a Depressos as our temporary armor. I still have my Kintsugi, which is going to be my tanky / evasion / all around just crazy armor. It's also it also caps my fire res, as this gives me technically 0 resistances. It does give me 3 endurance charges, and if I get hit I lose them, which is in its own way pretty good, but it's less effective than having my other armor. Now I will lose that onslaught effect, which will feel a little bit, it'll be noticeable in mapping, but I run so fast and I usually finish everything so fast in my mapping that it's not even a problem. So because I am not capped in fire res, I actually decided to pick up a ruby flask until I get my Kintsugi, because Kintsugi does give you fire res. The helmet I'm currently using is an Alpha's Howl, and I'm using the Alpha's Howl for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it has high base evasion. Mine's a low roll and it goes up to 742. Obviously it can go higher if I get a high roll, and the cannot be frozen and a reduced mana reservation for skills is also really strong. I am thinking of putting a Enlighten in my setup as well if I can save up the currency, and putting a 4th aura, which would be, I believe, Flesh and Stone, if I'm not mistaken. Nearby enemies are blinded. So basically, with my current setup, I am super fast. I freeze everything. Map bosses don't move. Everything is shocked. I have increased effective shock, and I'm self-chill, and I'm a raider. I'm still working on the last bit of my ascendancy, but I only have 2 trials, and I'm not really pushing. I'll start pushing for it once I get to about yellow maps. To finish all my white maps, I'll start either buying goddesses or posting that I'm looking for my last 2. Now this is going to be a huge upgrade, because I'm currently using 7 frenzies, I believe. And let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 7 frenzies, and it's a lot. So my boots haven't really changed. I have a random pair of boots that I found on the floor. They rolled like this. As you see, I'm level 63. I enchanted them. They have 30 movement speed, T1 life, and light fire res, and I crafted on fire cold. Obviously I am self-chill, so I have to use self-chill setup, which is Melagaros plus Winter Weave, and then instead of using the armor, I am using the replica Winter Heart. Now I'm using this because my other option is to use Astramantis, and as you know, Astramantis is good, but it doesn't really do anything for you aside from being good. This gives me a lot of yes. I mean, I don't really care about the yes, and it literally solves my lightning res. As you see right here, I have 118 lightning resistance. Now I haven't finished divining this. This is still excuse me, 22 of 30. When I get divines, I will gladly do that. And let's get into our tree. So our tree is a little more rounded out. I only have 483 decks, but my tree is prepared to basically get all the things I need to get. First and foremost, I do have the replica jewel. I need to divine this one too. As you see, mine's only 12/12, and it goes up to 20/20/20. And I also am 84, which I'm pushing decent in levels, and all the levels I'm going to be getting from here on in are going to be life nodes. Now, for my clusters, we obviously have one cluster which has the cold conduction, so shocked enemies are chilled, chilled enemies are shocked, and then we have this blast freeze, which freezes. When I freeze something, I chain the freeze to other things. This is extremely powerful, and you'll see why when I'm in my map. So, and then I think I just take this because I need one more strength, but I'll figure that out later. I'm taking this node for the hybrid leech, though I'm probably going to drop it once I get my first inspired learning. I am currently taking the Wind Dancer and the Freedom of Movement nodes. Now I'm doing this because I'm not going to get permanent phasing. This is as close to permanent phasing as I get, along with more movement speed. Now, with this 30 stat node, I'll get to that in a second, and I'll explain what I'm going to do, but we're just going to continue our tree. We take the standard dex nodes here. Now, the way we have this set up is we actually path like this, path down here, we take this effect of cold elements, chance to freeze, and we go down. The reason we're going down is because we want to make the start point as far as possible from the end point. So, that being said, we kind of have to do it this way instead of connecting here or anything like that. So now I can take this node for a little bit more attack speed and this for more block and attack speed, but for now I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'll figure it out when I get to that point. I'm taking these health nodes here. I have this frenzy node, and then I'm prepared right here to start my inspired. Now this inspired is actually not going to take crit because, as you know, Hollow Palm is very hard to crit with unless you're using a very specific amulet. And I am instead taking this accuracy setup because this accuracy gives me 20 dex, which is damage, 5% attack speed, 4% attack speed, and 4% attack speed. The accuracy itself doesn't really do much for me, but all the attack speed does. Each individual hit is just so much more. I'm taking these res nodes here with evasion. I am not taking phase aggro because I am block. I have these block nodes here, and then my cluster, my other cluster is a Astonishing Affliction, which is duration of ailments on enemies and effect of non-damaging ailments, and Inspired Oppression, which is increased effect of non-damaging ailments, elemental damage, and then a lot of mana regen. It helps because I spam skills. Now, this is going to be changed out eventually for the proper one, and the proper one is actually the proper setup is actually using the Chilling Presence. As you know, I'm not crit, so I can't immediately shock or chill. I have to kind of mess around with my skill set and kind of do it a different way. So I actually go over here and I take these nodes here to give me an innate 50% chance to shock, I believe it is. Shock avoided. Well, I have to actually go to my skill. There we go. Alright, so as you see, I don't have a too huge a damage, but I have enough to cruise through my low tier maps, and as I level up and get more gear, it's just going to be so much better. Alright, so we have shock duration modifier 20%, chance to shock 35%, and then shock effectiveness 75%. So basically, my chance to shock and everything is really strong. On top of that, I also have a innate, let's see, 50% chance to freeze. So the reason I'm choosing to scale shock is because if I just scale shock, I can shock without actually doing lightning damage. I can just hit something and shock them. And then the only thing I need the shock for necessarily is the fact that it chills me. However, because I have a lot of effect of non-damaging element going on in my setup, I end up basically shocking them and doing insane extra effective shock and just annihilating things. So I'm going to put a quick map in to kind of give you a showcase and give you a kind of look at how fast I am. Now I am again missing my other ascendancy, and this ascendancy gives me see, 4% movement speed times, see, what did I say I had? I think 7. That's 7, 14, that's 28 movement speed and then 28 attack speed that I'm missing, along with a lot of evasion and a lot of attack damage. So that being said, there's you know, I can go faster if once I get that set up. Now I also can change my boots if I can figure out a different helmet. I can change my boots to the Dark Ray Vectors, and the Dark Ray Vectors give me up to, they give me 1 Frenzy first and foremost, and then they give you, I believe, since I'll have 8, it'll be 16% attack dodge. That'll just be free 16% attack dodge, and on top of it, give me a little bit of armor evasion. And then the best part is I have movement speed based on how many frenzies I have. I innately, obviously, will only have like 1 or 2. But the moment I hit anything with this ascendancy, I go up to full frenzies, and it's just super zoo. With 30 movement speed, without any extra movement speed, I can already feel how powerful this build is, and it's just cruising. So let's put it in. As you see, I've ran almost all of my White Master missions. I don't really like Nico, so I don't run Nico. But we're just going to do some grinding. Basically, we're doing map completion here. That's all we really care about. Now, I am also making this video not only to kind of give you a build update to my self-chill hallow, but I kind of want to promote myself and just be, you know, just if anyone is interested in watching me stream this and watching me kind of give a play-by-play of, you know, my build and how it's going, I'm perfectly down to do that. I may not be the best PoE player to watch, but I do know there are some people who enjoy my content, and if you would like to see me stream this live and would like to support me that way, then, you know, that would be great. I'd love to sit down and talk to people as I get some grinding. But just let me know in my comments if that interests you, and if it does, I can start cross-promoting and start linking my Twitch on every single one of these. Currently, I don't have very many Twitch followers, so it's not really I can do much. As I said, I am on a 5 link. My damage goes up exponentially as soon as I get to my 6 link. Now, as you saw those other jewel slots, I'm only going to be taking 1 inspired, because the other excuse me, the other jewel slots are actually going to be split personalities. Now, here's the thing about split personality: the further away from the start it is, the more it gives you on the stats. And with this build, because my ice crash has like 200 and something % effective added damage, basically, I can essentially, like, for 1 of these jewels would basically give me like 20k, I think it is, if I remember right. And it can go really high really quick. Looks like it looks like he wasn't wanting to be frozen. Is there anything? Oh, there we go. Monster's action speed cannot be modified below base value. So as you saw there, even though he had that modifier, he was still getting perma chilled, and he would be like frozen for like half a second. I think it was a bug, but that's pretty much what you experience with this. Alright, which one is this? Burning Rage. I think I'm on like 14 trials, and I haven't found my last trial, or my last 2 trials, sorry. But I'm just kind of cruising, enjoying myself, and I don't really want to like stress it. I'm trying to take this league easy because there's a lot of people already burnt out of the league, and I can see that, and I'm not trying to burn myself out really. I'm just gonna enjoy it and take it slow. I don't really care all that much on, you know, anything like that, but so this is the playstyle. So what is this? Kill enemies? Defeat waves of enemies. Okay, so this is one of the ones that's really quick. So basically this is the playstyle. I'm gonna walk around in a circle and kill everything I can. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I can't show you the fact that I can freeze everything, but as you see, everything's being chilled and shocked and dying real quick. You can almost stand still in this one. I say almost because there are a lot of ranged enemies that end up spawning and basically giving you a hard time. When I get the Kintsugi, my initial defense layers and everything like that will go up way higher. Let's do Blistering Cold too. So what would happen if I didn't have this modifier? They can't be modified below base value. Basically, what would happen there is they would all be frozen solid. And I'll put another map so you can kind of see what I mean. And basically things just stay frozen until I kill them. Once I get my 6th link, I can put in multi-strike, and multi-strike is just insane DPS increase and insane clear increase at the same time. So let's see, we don't want to, well, I'm immune to corrupted blood now. So there are a lot of like nuances about this build, and when I get it finished, obviously things would be a little more smoother. And I do plan to eventually switch my setup just a little bit, because what I want to do is I want to run like I said, Flesh and Stone, but I also want to run Herald of Ash. But before I can switch to Herald of Ash, I'm using Herald of Ice because it's helping with my damage on getting my character up to that point. Alright, well, that was easy. What do we got? We got a blueprint for Thieves' Trinket. That's cool. Alright, Visored Sallet. Alright. Well, that was basically my build showcase and update for my Hollow Palm Self-Chill Raider. I'm gonna put one more map in just so you can kind of see what I mean by perma-freezing everything. So, my setup and my helm is actually a weird one. I am using just my auras in here because I can. I want my hatred obviously to be +2 levels. Currently, I don't even have enough intelligence to have my hatred leveled up right now, and I'll get to it eventually, but for now it is what it is. I am currently using Hex Touch with conductivity, and the reason I'm using conductivity is because enemies I hit end up having a 25% increased chance to shock them, and it says shocked enemies increase damage taken by up to 50% depending on the amount of lightning damage I do. Now, the thing is, it doesn't necessarily have to do lightning damage. Any hit can shock. It's just the effectiveness of it. And what I really care about is I'm going to be shocking them, which shocks me, and then chills me and reverses the chill. So basically, I am stacking all these effects up at once, and etc., etc. So let's see. Let's see. Did I complete this one? Okay, this one should be fine. I don't have any master missions I care about at this moment. Let's just go ahead and quickly dump everything in here. Sorry if you hear my headset creaking. It's old. I think I need a new one. Yep, this is PoE PS4 in a nutshell. Path of loading screen. Must be something on here that's juicing it up. It's usually why it takes so long. Wow, it's still loading. This is crazy. Alright, cool. Let's see. We have a point. What do you want to spend it on? Oh yeah, health. We're going for more health because we don't really need a lot else. Now, a reason why I'm going for health later rather than earlier is mainly because I have so much natural defensive layers. I have a cast on damage taken immortal call setup, which is huge for elemental damage for me because I don't have like immunity. Protect altar. We can do this one too. Okay. So this is going to be a more. You're going to be able to see what I mean. So as you see, anything coming near me just gets frozen. Why not? And my freeze duration is actually pretty respectable, about 2 seconds. So I do enjoy that. Now I am offered on a alt quality hatred, which alt quality hatred increases the duration of my chill and freeze. And the duration of my chill includes duration of chill on myself. Now, I will say there's a tech, a little kind of hidden tech for my setup, and I will gladly show it off as soon as I get like everything kind of set up to a point where it's not going to hurt the build. But the tech basically is using 1C unique boots, and these boots are extremely helpful for basically a lot of what I'm trying to accomplish in this build. But only downside is they're a little bit slower on the move speed, so I don't want to kind of make myself run slower while mapping. That's not going to be something I'm up for. Let's go for Ruin too. I have no stacks. So I have about max block for attacks, and I have almost no spell block, but I also have a lot of evasion and a lot of chance to evade, just general chance to evade attacks. So I'm not really worried about a whole lot. Let's see.
Ruin surrounds you.
And if you didn't know, well, obviously the mobs that give you Ruin are a little bit different than the ghosts, but you can dodge the ghost. And that was a tier 5 or 6 ultimatum. There was no point in time where I was really worried, and as you saw, like, the damage was almost non-existent. As I go, it's going to be a little different, you know, or it's going to be solid, should I say. It's going to feel stronger and stronger. The more dex I get and everything like that, it's just going to push the damage through the roof. And as is, I'm really happy with where it's at, so I'm not going to really do too much to it. It's just going to kind of stay at a comfortable position until I get the currency or until the items exist. My main problem about these split personalities is that the ones I need don't exist currently on console. I don't know how many people are actually playing this league in console, but not enough of them are running Simulacrum, and I just, without Simulacrum, I can't get the splits, you know, and currently I'm still in league start mode, so I can't really do them yet myself. Eventually I will be able to, though. So maybe if that's like the last piece I need, I'll probably just sit there and go do it. Alright, incubators are always helpful. So let's see. Let's put them on. I don't know what all popped. No. Nope. Looks like a lot of the ones I had didn't pop, so let's just put this on here. And I'll save this for later, till one pops. Alrighty then. I do want to do that harvest. So, as you see, I'm just walking around and things are just getting deleted. I don't need changes LRes. Exchanges map fragments and socket link, that's fine. Who knows, maybe I'll get the elusive 6-link craft and save it until my Kintsugi pops. That'd be pretty cool. Nope, no such luck, but I can change a mortal fragment for someone and sell that craft. Let's see, neither of these are good. So I can kind of show you, this is basically your playstyle. I don't need to move. I just like to move because I run really quickly. Now, when I get the Inspired Learning, as you know, Inspired Learning for this league mechanic is pretty good. Can you die, please? Please? I just want to see the crafts. Bro.
My mana is gone.
Alright, there we go. I ran out of mana and it was popping my mana flask out of stubbornness. Let's see, we have map fragments, modifiers. Okay. So I'll do it again. Just kind of stand still and let you see how it plays inside of this. So re-roll the values. We want to keep that. Change unique to unique. So I like doing this, and I like doing this because I can get good stuff. Did I get something good? It can be better, but it could be worse. Alright, let's see. I do need to start using or changing these. I'm saving just random ones at this point. Let's just delete that. Oh, I have 2 of this, okay. So, I'll try and sell these later. See if I can sell all 3 at once, get like 15C for all of them, just so I can kind of get a little bit of extra cash in my pocket. And let's go. Alright. So, as you see, this character is not slow in the slightest. I have no movement potion on, and I'm just zooming around. I'm really quick like right now. And that's only going to get quicker when I get my frenzy charges up and available. I don't want to do that right now. Alright, and here's the boss, so you can kind of see what boss fight is for me. And as you see, he's not moving. He just doesn't move. There's not a world where he moves. Now, I will say that when I did my first Baron fight, it wasn't exactly the quickest fight, but as I said before, I am on a 5 link, and I do not have the multi-strike socketed in, because I just want the other sockets more. Baron is not a hard fight, and he didn't really take too long, but it wasn't like your standard face roll. As I said, I'm super league start. I don't have anything, and you know, this is just kind of what I have. And without further ado, I do appreciate anyone tagging along with my adventure, and if anyone would like to see me stream this build or any other build for that matter, including one of my ones in standard, feel free to leave a comment, or if you're friends with me on PlayStation, send me a message. I'd appreciate some company. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this video was informative. If you like this playstyle or you like this build type and you want to try and make it your own, then feel free to, you know, do whatever build you want to, and send me a link. I'd love to see it. Obviously, I've mentioned this before, I am not the original idea maker for this build. This was a build that was kind of made by... I heard it from a popular streamer, Grimrow, and he heard from it from someone else. And if you want to see it, just check out Grimrow's variant and then go from there. Take it easy, YouTube.